Zweibrücken is a small, fairly small city, maybe of 20,000, maybe a little more, I don't know, in Germany, in southwest Germany, not too far from Zweibrücken, which is on the border with France. And it's very pretty there. They had a Schloss, which is a palace, small palace in it. And they have a history in that area of once belonging to Spain in southern Germany, a swath across Germany. But it was great. It was so great I kept staying there. And I just about overstayed my stay as far as the Army's concerned, because I got a hint that I better move on. Because my career, they thought I'd found a home. Well, I kind of had found a home. But when we went there in '71, the guys here, his mother was, what, 83, that gives you 7, and 1 is 8. And Vanessa was 3 years older, 11. And Cameron was more than 68, so she was pretty young, 3. And I remember we lived in a small apartment building, a row of apartment buildings, 2-story. In the building we were in, there were 3 American families in one half of it, and 3 German officers' families in the other half of it. So that was interesting too. And of course, we had it easy because they all spoke English. Remember one incident, the woman upstairs, the German woman upstairs, finally told us that Cameron used to come up every day and said her mommy wanted to borrow 2 cookies. So we didn't know that for a long time. She was coming 2 cookies a day from the German woman upstairs. The work was fairly routine, but what I found with that mix, they became a family. There was no this yes sir, no sir going on and all that stuff. In fact, the people in the logistics center we supported thought that we were too relaxed with our people. But it worked out because you have to interact if you're going to do good business and get out good products. I think we did a good job. Tell you the difference then, we had next door to us a computer facility that was probably 100 feet long, one whole floor, maybe 80 feet long, and about 40 foot wide, jammed with hardware. Internal memory, 350 Ks. That's all. You have more computing power in your cell phone than we had by far. You had big disk drives, so big that were running, swirling around, gathering data. You had tape drives, big ones that were disked up. And we key punched everything, mark sensed everything our programmers did. Then we had a bunch of key punchers that went through them. We had to have some people who were verifying, run them through a verifier. And our programs were run at night in what they called the background. So they'd come in and run those when a mission job had space. So you really had to manage the assets in those days because it wasn't unlimited by any means. So that was interesting. And so we enjoyed it. First thing I did is I had a Oldsmobile Cutlass, about a '68, and I got rid of that because we went on one trip to Switzerland, stayed in a hotel, had to get 2 rooms, because only had 1 bed in a room, and it cost a fair amount of money, so I came back in a little Volkswagen bus, and we traveled all over from there. Went to England, up into Scotland in that trip. Had Ace Buddy in Denmark. We made several trips up there. Our girls got to know their their family very well, and their children. We traveled everywhere in Western Europe, you know, Spain. I didn't get to Portugal, but to Italy and all over, you know, Germany and Switzerland and all the countries, France, trips into France. So put a lot of miles in that little van. And so life was great. The German people were welcoming, I thought. I never learned to speak good German. I'd practice up and I'd go in a hardware store to get something. And as soon as they asked a question, I didn't know what they said. Which reminds me of a joke. This guy came to Ellis Island from Europe. Didn't speak any English, just yes and no. And they put one of these placards over his head, a card that identified him. But the people who were supposed to show up didn't show up. But he's out on this welcoming dock and nobody said anything, so he just took off. He got on a ship and went into Manhattan. And man, he just marveled at the big buildings. He was looking up at them and everything, and he got hungry. But he didn't know how to ask for food, really. So he went to this little cafe, got a row of stools, and he stood behind a guy. And the waitress came up and said something, and this guy says, apple pie and coffee. So this guy turned around, apple pie and coffee, apple pie and coffee, apple pie and coffee. So he sat down, the waitress came up and said something, says apple pie and coffee. And he got apple pie and coffee. He had a little money with him, paid for it, went out. Well, after 2 days of apple pie and coffee, he decided he better try something else. So he went into a cafe again, stood behind a guy. Waitress came up and said something, and he said, the man said, ham sandwich and a glass of milk. So this guy turned around, ham sandwich, glass of milk, ham sandwich, glass of milk. He sat down, waitress came up, asked him what he wanted. He says, ham sandwich, glass of milk. She says, wheat, rye, or plain? Apple pie and coffee.
Oh.
It was a joke that my Danish friend told me. No, I told it to him, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, it was a good joke.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna head to the aquarium now, so.
Okay.
That seems like a